Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
It was controversial legislation then. Now it's Public Law 33-187 and still sparking plenty of heated debate. In federal court on Tuesday, defense attorney Jackie Terlahi argued in support of her motion to dismiss the clergy sex abuse lawsuits against her client, Archbishop Anthony Apuron.
The plain statutory reading of the statute, that it did not apply to old cases such as the one that Archbishop Anthony is involved in. And then we've also asked the court to dismiss it because of the fact that it's unconstitutional. It's inorganic. And basically what happens is when there is a law passed, there has to be a retroactive express provision. And so if there's no retroactive express provision, it does not apply retroactively. Laws are intended to apply prospectively, that means moving forward, and not backwards. And that's essentially what the plaintiffs are arguing in this particular case, that somehow it goes backwards.
Time was the recurring theme today. Terlahi argued the cases are quote-unquote stale, having allegedly occurred nearly 40 years ago. Time, she argued, is not on Apuron's side. Now in his 70s, she cited loss of memory, loss of witnesses, and loss of records. Also citing the passage of time, Terlahi stated, quote, "We already have a dead plaintiff," end quote, referring to deceased Joseph Sonny Kanata. But the passage of time, plaintiff's stateside co-counsel Gregory Nicolason argued via telephone, has been, quote, Apuron's best friend, end quote. Had the alleged victims come forward sooner, plaintiffs argued Apuron would have never ascended to the ranks of Archbishop. As for local law, plaintiffs had a different reading of the 2011 law that opened the window for child sex abuse civil suits and the 2016 law that made retroactive claims open-ended. Nicolason further cited that Guam lawmakers were simply acting on a compelling public interest. Quote, "The goal to doing this was not to do damage, but the opposite," end quote, he said. Parties now wait on a report and recommendation from the court. We should also note only 3 of the 4 cases against Apuron were heard today. Roland Sundia's case was set aside, having not yet met the jurisdiction requirements. As for Apuron,
my client is doing well. He's looking forward to a determination by the Vatican.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.